Has a parent ever gotten mad at you for saying no to their kid? I worked weekends at this local ice cream shop called Sweet Dreams. Nothing fancy, just soft serve and popsicles. The owner was this cool guy named Dave who trusted me to run the place solo on Sunday afternoons. We had this simple rule: no free samples unless you're actually buying something. Dave explained it to me on my first day. Too many kids come in just for freebies. We'd go broke. Made perfect sense to me. Most customers were totally fine with it. Last month, this woman walks in with her son. Kid looked maybe 8 years old, wearing a baseball uniform covered in dirt. They'd obviously just come from a game. The mom ordered a small vanilla cone. While I was making it, the kid starts pointing at all our flavors behind the glass. Can I try the chocolate and the strawberry? Oh, and that cookies and cream one? I smiled and said, sorry buddy, we only do samples if you're ordering something too. The kid shrugged and said, okay, no big deal. But his mom's face completely changed. Excuse me? He just wants to taste them. I explained our policy politely. I'd love to help, but my boss only allows samples for paying customers. She stared at me like I just kicked her dog. Are you seriously saying no to an 8-year-old? Ma'am, it's just store policy. He can definitely try any flavor if you want to order him something. That's when she lost it. Started yelling about how I was being ridiculous and mean to children, how it's just ice cream and what's the big deal. Other customers were staring. This little old man in line behind her looked super uncomfortable. This is horrible customer service, she screamed. My son just played 3 hours of baseball in the heat. He deserves to try whatever he wants. I stayed calm. I understand, but I can't break the rules. Would you like to order him a cone so he can pick his favorite flavor? She grabbed her vanilla cone and stormed toward the door. This is ridiculous. You're going to lose customers over this. But here's where it gets weird. As they're leaving, I hear her son say something that made me feel sick. Mom, why are you so mad? The nice man was just doing his job. She turned around and came marching back. This time she's pointing her finger right in my face. Don't you dare make my son feel bad for asking. He's 8 years old. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm standing there confused because I never said anything to make the kid feel bad. He seemed totally fine with my answer. The old man in line couldn't take it anymore. He stepped forward and said, ma'am, the young man was perfectly polite. Maybe you should teach your son that no means no. She whipped around and started yelling at him too. Called him a grumpy old man who should mind his own business. That's when her son tugged on her shirt. Mom, can we please just go? You're being really loud and people are looking. The kid was embarrassed. Not by me saying no, but by his mom's reaction. She finally left, still muttering about how awful I was. The old man ordered his usual butter pecan and left me a $5 tip. Some parents never learned how to handle rejection, he said. That kid's gonna have a hard time if she keeps that up. 20 minutes later, Dave walked in for his usual Sunday check-in. I told him what happened, worried I'd messed up somehow. He just laughed. Trust me, that woman's been in here before. She tried the same thing with my other employee last month. Some people think rules don't apply to them. Turns out she'd actually called the store later to complain about me. Dave told her if she didn't like our policies, she was welcome to shop somewhere else. 3 weeks later, she came back. Ordered 2 cones without saying a word to me. Her son smiled and said thank you when I handed him his chocolate ice cream.